I told my wife, wait a minute. I told my wife that we needed more spice. I told her that I need more freaky stuff in the bedroom. She's been so conservative for a very long time. My wife is very submissive, and she will make love anytime I want. She never tells me no, and she is never one of those wives that says she has a headache. Never. But we always have to be in a safe environment, like either our bed or a hotel room, and she's always very church mouse-like, super quiet. I decided to speak my mind about it to her so that I wouldn't be ever tempted to look outside of my house. She did not say much during the conversation except, okay, I will work on it. 2 months later, she is now a very different woman, and it's alarming me. Now she bites me, she scratches me, she yells and screams during sex so loud that our neighbors recently called the police thinking that I beat her. It was major embarrassing when the police arrived. I had hickeys on my cheeks and my neck, and I didn't even remember her doing that to me, and I had scratches all over my body. The sex part is amazing, but I didn't intend for her to turn into this when I asked for more excitement. She has even bitten my nuts before, and that's... Stop, y'all.
Wait a minute.
Stop. I gotta finish.
I said brace my... I didn't know I had to brace myself. Wait, you can't bite his nuts?
She even...
Lady.
Bit my nuts.
No, that's too freaky.
And that's when I had to stop her.
Yes.
She is now in her feelings, and she's saying that this is what I asked for. Communication really sucks when the person doesn't understand what you mean. And now this has turned into a disaster, and I want my church mouse-like wife back.
They say be careful what you ask for. Hey, let me just say this.
The part that got me is when he said she's going to start biting his cheeks, bite his neck.
Right. When she get this behavior, so
he said in 2 months. So she must have went and watched some video.
All right, I see where she was hanging out at. We got a guest here today.
Been on Foreplay
and I think
Matters.
she's been on Foreplay Matters. So I'm sure that's where she's getting some of this advice. She told you to go too far. You took it way to the other side. So don't bite his nuts. That's a no.
Does that hurt?
Don't ever do that in your life. So this is what I'm gonna say. Don't bite nothing on a man. Don't bite.
Don't bite it.
I'm not into that. Don't bite me. Don't bite me.
Don't bite nothing.
No. But when you down there, don't use biting. Teeth, nothing rough. So, lady, everything was going good till you did that part, and that's when you lost.
I can't take it.
So I do say you asked for freaky.
Yeah, that's what he said he wanted.
You want freaky or nah? Like you can't be freaky nah. Like it's freaky or nah. And so when she thought you meant freaky, she went looked at porno and went to Pornhub and called all her girlfriends and all this kind of stuff. She went and did it. And they gave her all this wild advice. They said, bite his balls, all that. And the one who told her that is goofy. Don't listen to her no more. Don't do that. But everything else, you was on it. You was on it, but just don't do that part. So I don't think that you should slight her for doing what you asked. I think that you should clarify what you don't want now. Like, okay, well, calm down on that part. Don't, there's everything else but that, or whatever the case is. But don't take her back the other way, because that's confusing. And then you're never going to get the freak out of her again. Once you get her suppressed in there, you're going to be having her trapped in a box again, feeling unsafe to come out of that box to be that freak that she just showed you she was. And that might have been in her a long time ago, but she didn't feel safe. A lot of women don't feel safe being freaky. So women, if you marry, I'm going to give you the go. Be freaky. Be the freak of life with your husband.
Okay,
don't bite him, but do all that other
hickeys
stuff.
tonight.
Yes, dress up, role play, do wild stuff. As far as your mind can go over there, because you want your man to stay in your house.
Just don't bite it.
Don't do that.
Okay.
It don't matter. Just don't bite it. It's a song. We got one.
What do you have to say, Miss Christine?
Agree with
well, first introduce yourself, because I want them to know who you stand for and who we got in the building now.
Well, you have Madam We here with foreplaymatters.com. I also have a podcast, Foreplay Matters. But I agree with what you're saying. But the main thing is they didn't have a complete conversation about boundaries and safe words and stuff like that. So it probably was something that has been in her all along, and it's called BDSM. So pretty much he wanted that, and now it allowed her to get ready to express herself completely. So he got exactly what he asked for.
Yep.
But the problem is they probably just didn't have a conversation of when, what, how, safe words, boundaries, how far you can go, et cetera, but it's BDSM.
So wait, BDSM, because I'm slow. Can you get me to that part? Because we have another guest in the audience that's very familiar, obviously. So I just need to catch
What is it called?
What is BDSM?
BDSM is
BDSM.
So it's bondage, dominance, machismo, and sadistic.
Okay.
So that's when, like you said, role play.
Gotcha.
So that means you can role play, but it could be a 24/7 master slave type of role play. So that's where I said you have to communicate. Bondage can be as rough as you want it to be or as gentle as you want it to be. So just like you said, the biting, another man may like that biting because it may be a pain pleasure thing when it comes to BDSM. However, you don't like that, but another man. So I wouldn't say stop, ladies, don't do it. It's a matter of having a conversation. You get into the point of what everyone is comfortable with doing.
Okay, so we're going to bring some more of that on the platform when you get up here because those things are important. So what we want people to do out of this whole thing is have a really healthy, brilliant sex life.
Right.
Well, I want that for everybody because I think that's a great situation.
So I hope the man who wrote this into us is watching tonight.
What's your advice, T-Bone, for him?
My advice for you is to recommunicate it. Like, don't just not say nothing or just, don't
take it off the table.
Recommunicate it. And we have a Facebook person, Greg Turner, says coach her through it. So coach her through the freakiness that you were trying to convey to her. Don't like, she's in her feelings right now. So give it a minute, but then coach her through it. I don't know. Maybe do something like, to me, as the man, I know that this sounds kind of late and old fashioned, but you're the leader. Men are leaders. So take the lead and show, like, do that. Like, if you want her to spank you, spank her or something like that.
But she may not like what he likes. So what I'm saying is,
or communicate, coach her through it though.
He asked for something specific, more
freakiness
and all of that. And so he wanted excitement.
He needs to convey what he
exciting.
meant.
She gave him what he asked for, times 10.
Yeah.
I would just minus the ball biting, and just do the rest. And
okay. So the scratching on him and stuff, like, and that kind of stuff is cool. So
I mean,
and every time I ask you, can I spank you and stuff, you tell me no. I say, can I spank you? And you say no.
It doesn't do anything for me personally.
But you don't know that until you let me spank you.
No, I'm clear. I know what does stuff to me. Yeah, I'm very clear. One thing about me is I know what's my freaky buttons.
But if it's never had it, you don't know.
I can tell you exactly what I'm not into. Like, you can't put nothing in my butt. I told you that a long time ago. I'm not into none of that.
All right.
That's not my freak level.
I got it. Okay? I got you. Okay.
I'm a little toned down than that.
Okay. Well, we are late. We are getting in trouble now with our producers. So listen, we have Madam Wee coming up after this next commercial break. Send your questions in to us. Info at Spotlight over the